Okay, question number one adds for you. What are the disadvantages faced by Forex traders?
The simple one, and this is one nobody wants to hear, is that you will lose some money in the process. Yeah, that is the disadvantage.
My one, actually, my disadvantage is that you have to learn to be patient.
Mm.
I think that's a disadvantage.
Mhm.
You have to be learned to. Okay, number two, how do you put in play everything what you have learned in the basics? So boot camp is our basic section, ads. How do you put into play everything that you've learned from basic?
Myself, I would, run through as I'm learning the basics, start to pull it up onto the charts as well, onto my own trading view, and even start to enter some demo trades as well. So just go straight, dive straight into it. And a lot of people learn a hell of a lot better by actually doing the actions rather than just reading over it and then shying away. It's best to, everything you learn, try and implement it onto the charts. And if it's not for you, move on to the next section or next topic. How about yourself?
For me, I think the best thing to do is just try and error all these trades on demo account. So whatever I learn, I'll put it into trading view, or I'll do it in some sort of way where I'm implementing what I've just learned and see what happens. That's what I would do. Next question. What do you mean by trading style, and how many styles are there, and which one is best to use?
There's different styles of trading. There's scalping, there is volume trading, there's swing trading, intraday, position trading, there's investing. There's so many different types of trading to do. Fundamental trading, technical trading. There is no best way of trading. It all depends on how, what works best for your personality, what works best for your lifestyle. I'm a compounder, this is what has worked for me. And scalping and intraday is what I use to compound my accounts, because you're quickly closing out profits, banking it into your trading account, and then you're able to compound your next lot size to what the account size can fit. So
Yeah.
back to Tyreen.
My trading style is definitely on price action. It varies between how long I stay in the trade, dependent on what the analysis say. I'm trying your compound and scalping ads, and it is so much harder than it looks. So I'm trying that. But I used to just strictly swing a trade from start to finish, zone to zone, day to day. I would be in a trade for like 3 to 4 days sometimes. Okay. Are there certain pairs better to trade than others, ads?
There isn't any better pair to trade. If there was a best pair out there, we would all be using it. Yeah, but everyone works with different pairs. Everyone works better with some than others, and all pairs are good in their own way. All of them have their own advantages and disadvantages, so there is no best pair out there.
For me, I think there is a best pair for you, but you have to know who you are. So if you are trading and there's a certain pair that does work towards you, the time you're trading and the style you're using, and it all just fits right, then I do think that's the pair for you. But we don't know who you are, only you know who you are. So I would only recommend kind of trading pairs that really feel comfortable to you. And if signals on pairs don't work, then don't use them. Next one. What is one main important habit to have when trading?
Is discipline. That is the one main thing you need. Yeah, discipline over patience, especially because you could be patient, but if you aren't disciplined, you're waiting for a disaster. Yeah. So, you have to have discipline first over everything. How about yourself?
Commitment. You have to be committed to the idea that trading works. You have to be like so committed to making it work. You have to just not quit on yourself. So for me, discipline, yeah, for sure, is number one. The second one is just being committed and saying that this is going to work no matter what, I would say.
Yeah, that's true. I would kind of fit them into the same category, because to be committed, you have to be disciplined to yourself to commit to
But to
yourself,
be
isn't it?
disciplined,
Yeah.
yeah, to be disciplined, you need commitment. So either way, we're both right. The book that changed your trading game.
Think and Grow Rich. It built my mindset for success. How about yourself?
Oh, Trading in the Zone. Develop my patience.
Okay.
Develop my patience, and it still needs a lot of work though. But yeah, develop some patience. What are the best months for trading ads?
Best months, I would say any other month except December. December is very slow. The other 11 months out there in the whole yearly calendar are very, very good months apart from December. December is just very slow, less liquidity in the markets. Banks are closing. Even the people who are working at the banks are rather sit in shops and shop, rather than trade, which is fair enough. It's more like a family month of the year. So, it's best to stay away from kind of markets during December. If you do scalp here and there, but don't spend too much time on it or you're going to drive yourself mad. Yeah. So, let's say January to November are all great months for trading.
I agree, except for I don't like summer months. I think summer is a bit more choppy than winter. I think like August, July, August, when the school, bless you, Anya, when there's school children out on holiday, which has been pretty much this whole year so far, actually. But yeah, I like winter months more. Is it worth creating an FX book?
Yes, it is definitely, because it helps you track every single trade that you've taken. It's like having a trading journal that is already being logged for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with that one. You're the hedge fund. You would say that. How do we stay with the ever-changing financial markets? How do we stay current with the ever-changing financial markets?
So it's a very, very adaptable market. Things are changing all the time. And as long as we can build our attributes up to continue adapting towards the markets and always learning alongside, what is going on in the markets, at all times. Like right now, with this current period of the markets is called the COVID crisis. So yeah, we're in that, volatile COVID crisis period. And as long as you're always adapting, yourself, you will also be able to adapt towards the markets. Like there's a saying, the people who are most prone to change will be the most successful. So that is, as long as you're always great at learning, as long as you're always, highly, highly adaptable, you will be very, very successful, even in any kind of market.
And life, right?
Yeah, and life.
I would say to keep kind of ahead of the game in changing markets is not being too stubborn in the way you've always done things. So if I stuck to the same way of trading through COVID, I probably wouldn't have made any money at all. But you have to just adapt with it. And that's what I would say. And also read up on your pair. What strategies do we use to evaluate risk?
So every kind of strategy has their own risk implementation in it. That's a very vague question. It's not too, like channeled into a very slim way. That's a very, very vague question. But, every strategy is different in its own way. There's swing trading strategies, there's Fibonacci strategies, there's scalping strategies. So it's all about how you manage your risk in terms of your lot size. If you know how far you can go, as long as you know, okay, I'm going to lose max 1% a day, then you can adjust your lots towards it regardless of how far your stop loss is. Yeah, because you're still going to lose that max 1% for that day, yeah, or for that trade. So, if your lot size is large, but your stop loss is small, yeah, that you're still going to lose max 1%. So you'll be all right either way. It's all about the risk implementation when it comes down to, the percentage that you have decided that you're going to gain and lose every single day that you're willing to lose.
For me, it's always moving stop loss into profit is the best way to get rid of risk. So even if it goes like 10 pips nowadays, I would rather move it into 10 pips than lose anything at all. So that's what I would say. What books are good to read for mindset?
Oh, there's so many out there. Like I mentioned, Think and Grow Rich. There is, I'm just looking at my whole book stack There's the magic of thinking big, start with why, the power of the subconscious mind, compound effect, richest man in Babylon, outwitting the devil. I would say those for now. I can keep going on, but yeah.
And for me, I would say, there's so many books on my phone. Let's see. I would say a good book to read for mindset is The Art of Happiness. If not The Art of Happiness, I would say also Atomic Habits, Tiny Changes. Next one is, okay, how much should I risk per trade? Can I start with penny trades?
How much should you risk per trade? It all depends on, how much you're losing to risk at the end of the day. Some of us can take £1,000 hit, it doesn't matter. Some of us can't. That's a whole account. Yeah. So, yeah, it just depends on, how far your risk appetite can go. I would say max 2% a day, which should work out to be about 1% per trade. Yeah. If you've lost minus 10% of your account, you've done something wrong. You cannot blame the person who gave you that trade or that signal. You've obviously had to go and implement those risk tactics into your own account. Yeah. And only you know how far your risk can go. Yeah. If you've taken a trade that has a minus 100%, 100 pips stop loss, you've taken that trade, based on your own accord. I would never take something like that, but that's just, I know how far I can push my risk. I can't push my risk a minus 100 pips. Yeah. So, yeah, I hope that kind of answers that question. How much should you risk per trade? I risk about max 1% per trade. Yeah, if you want to do the same, you can.
Yeah, I agree with you. Best time to trade, and how do we know it's the right trade?
Best time to trade would be, during your currency's sessions. So if you're trading, GBP USD, best time to trade would be, from 8 a.m. in the morning till, let's say, 5 p.m. Yeah, in the day, or even like 8 p.m. when the USD is closing. Euro USD, exactly the same. Just, choose your currency pairs and find out what sessions it is most active and volatile. Yeah, when the sessions cross over, that's when it's the most volatile. Yeah, so those are the best times to trade. And what was the next question after that? Sorry.
How do you know it's the right trade?
Okay, that is something we don't know. Yeah, everything is, you don't know. Every time you enter, it could be a wrong trade, it could be a right trade. Yeah, you're speculating. But as long as you've, done your right confirmations, then you should be okay.
Oh, I like this question. Can I use the Forex strategies I've learned on the stock market?
Yeah, you can, because, price action especially works everywhere. It's like business as well. It's not just, in Forex, you can use price action. Obviously, there's no candlesticks when you're trying to buy houses, but you know where I'm coming from. Yeah. If you understand how price works, discounts and premium prices, when it's low, you buy properly, you can negotiate lower prices. As you see prices pushing lower, you jump in at the low point. Yeah, you don't have, there's no Fibonacci tool in property. But yeah, as long as you understand price action and price risk properly, you should be okay in even the stock market, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I've actually tried it. I'm actually looking at it, and it does work. You just have much more influence on fundamentals in stock. It's way more fundamentally based than technical. What are the next steps after completing all boot camps, which is all about basics and strategies?
So that would probably be best for yourself to answer.
I think the best steps are actually now you should have a few strategies in front of you. You should be implementing them. So you should be able to find your pair, find what time to trade, find which makes you the happiest in what returns you're getting a day, and then you should start growing that from then on. So as soon as you've finished all kind of basics and all the boot camps, now you have to start engaging. I also believe that you should start dropping analysis into the chats, so we can start seeing your analysis. It should come in straight after that. If you're not giving your analysis and you're struggling alone, then that is on you. I also think that you should start having the confidence in taking your own trades as well. because that's the only reason you started and you joined this platform, is to actually take your own trades. And then every day, daily analysis, every day, daily go live sessions, every day, daily ads sessions. And you just do that until you hit 1 million. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
What are the best currency pairs to trade as a beginner?
I would say the easiest ones, mainly USD pairs, because, you know, there's a lot of volume in those pairs. It doesn't really, well, it does, it is prone to news, but it's not crazy when it comes down to, you know, low impact, medium impact news, only speeches. So USD pairs are probably the best to trade as a beginner. Yeah, so like Euro USD, GBP USD, you know, USD doesn't, the thing about the US, they don't let their currency go too crazy, yeah, too much, because, you know, they have a really good hold on things. Their currency is also backed by the Federal Reserve by gold as well, so, you know, it moves the opposite to gold. It's not crazy like Great British Pound, Japanese yen. It's not crazy like, you know, some of these pairs that we trade, Euro. But yeah, anything USD based is a very good currency to get moving. It trends very well as well.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say GU or EU is quite good. What are the best profitable strategies to stick with?
Every strategy works, and every strategy is you know, profitable. But I would say stick with price action strategies, as from experience, it's worked with myself the most. How
Same.
about yourself?
Exactly the same.
Yeah.
Price action strategies only really work with me. How do you know my calling? How do you know my trading for a certain currency? How do you know the perfect currency pair?
There is no perfect currency pair. So I think we had something similar to this question, you know, a few questions ago. There is no perfect currency. Yeah, you have to try and find what works for yourself, what you like the most, because you don't want to do something that you don't like. That's not why you're here. Yeah, you're here to enjoy this journey. You're here to enjoy every single day that you jump into the markets. You're here to enjoy what you do every day. Yeah, so don't trade something that you don't enjoy trading. For instance, like, you know, why would we trade like USD ZAR, for instance, or USD, you know, Singapore dollar? Like, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't have fun doing something like that. I love, you know, keeping an eye on decent politics. I love making fun of Boris Johnson sometimes, so I'll smash out the GBP JPY. Yeah. So you got to find what you love, what you enjoy trading, and that is the best currency pair for you.
Yeah, and how you take your risk and how patient you are will determine that as well. So
Very true.
if your pair is moving like how you like, when you're in the trade and you're not too anxious, or you like the movement of it and you know the movement of it, that is definitely a certain currency pair. But it takes ages to get to know a pair, just like it takes ages to get to know a man. I would like to perfect my technique at promoting, but how?
Okay, that would be a better question for yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So if you want to learn how to perfect promoting more, I would definitely recommend, first of all, gaining the knowledge of what you're trying to promote. So understanding the product. So first you need to know what your favorite product is, why you like trading, and how it has changed your life. So if you can record those 3 things and send it to me, then we can see how you can promote in a good way. Is having a daily trading goal risky sometimes?
Nope, I personally don't believe it is. If your trading goal is too high, then it is risky. But as long as you know how to manage risk, once again, it's not risky at all. You don't have to worry about it being risky, having a daily trading goal. And even if you don't hit it, it's okay. As long as by the end of the week, you know, you've hit your weekly goal, you'll be okay.
Yeah, and I always find that if it goes against you, then just take the time off, and just have the day off. It doesn't matter, it doesn't hurt to try. How is the stock market and trading Forex different from one another?
Stock market and Forex is the same but different. Now, obviously we know, currencies are based on the country's economy, and stocks are based on companies, yeah, performance. So, if you're going to look at a whole country's outlook, then it's best to kind of trade the currencies, yeah. And if you're just looking at each individual company or group of companies, stock markets are, better for that. But the difference between them is the Forex market is a lot more volatile, mainly due to leverage, mainly due to volume as well. Yeah, stock market turns over about 30, mm, anything between 30 and 200 billion a day. We turn over 6.6 trillion a day.
Yeah, exactly. And also stocks are pretty much you're all in, whereas when you're trading Forex, it's not as much into that. Best time to enter the market?
Best time to enter the market is, like I mentioned, there was a similar question earlier, is just around the time that your currencies are most active. Try not to enter when your currencies are not active. There's not much volume going in on there. You will be waiting around like a headless chicken for something to happen. Yeah. But if your currencies are active during the London session, best time to enter is the London session. Yeah. Just as and when your currencies are most active.
Yeah. And also down to your time zone. Can you handle the time zone? I would. The next one is a question for me. Advice on how to grow a team and bring more people. It's definitely promoting, prospecting all the time. There's no point in speaking to 5 people a week if you want to grow your team. There's no point in speaking to 1 person a week if you want to grow your team. You'll always get 10% of what you put in. So if you speak to 100 people, you only get 10 in that year. If you speak to 500 people in that year, you will get like 50 that year, right? So it's all down to how it's a numbers game, but also it's down to how you can find the best person suited for your business, and also how confident you are in promoting the product. But also, are you a product of your product? That's the best thing. If you're a product of your product, it's easy. It's easy to grow your business. If you're not, then that's when it's going to struggle. This is one for you because I'm not too familiar for it. I use C Trader platform with FX Pro. I don't know,
Yeah,
how
C
about
Trader.
Yeah.
C Trader is a very good platform as well. It's just what you prefer. I prefer MT4, even MT4 over MT5, in fact. So most of us are used to MT4. C Trade is a good platform. I know some people who use it, but personally, I think I'm better on MT4, to be honest. It's just another trading platform, but that won't change the way you trade. If you're not good at trading, you won't be good on any platform. But if you are good at implementing risk, if you are good at trading, you'll be good on any platform across the board. Yeah, it's just what you are most comfortable with. So if you are using C Trader, stick with it, get familiar with it, and then sharpen up your skills on it. Like, if you're using MetaTrader, stick with it, implement your skills on it, and grow your knowledge to the best of your ability. Yeah, whichever platform you use won't change the way or how much money you're going to make. Yeah, that all comes back down to you.
Yeah. Best time frame to look at when conducting technical analysis. So we have different styles, I think, in that one.
Yeah, I think all time frames mainly because if you're doing your analysis on a fresh chart, then you should start from the largest time frames like weekly, monthly, and then cut down until you are comfortable deciding which direction you're going to go in and where your entry is going to be. But yeah, it also varies on what kind of trading style you're doing. But yeah, you should always have your analysis in place on your larger time frames. Like, if you look at my daily outlooks as well, also this one I need to send to you guys as well. It's uploaded 20 minutes ago, but we started half an hour ago. So yeah, best thing to do is, or what you'll always notice is I always have my larger time frame analysis already on the screen. Yeah, so when I'm analyzing on my daily outlook, I'm only analyzing on I only need to go to 4 hour, 1 hour, and if I need to go any lower, I go any lower, but my larger time frame analysis is always there regardless. Yes, because I've already done it. So how about yourself?
Yeah, same. Larger analysis, like time frame, is always down to direction for me. So if it is, say, going very, very, like it's definitely going to go for a sell, I will only take sells no matter what time frame it is in, just because I feel more comfortable following the larger time frame. Okay, cool. Best time, no, we've done that one. Which currency pairs not to be traded together?
Um, I would say like AUDNZD. They don't really work well together. They're kind of next door to each other. Um,
I don't like
those two, those two don't really work together. Um, you know, when one goes up, the other goes up, and then it's crazy to kind of work out which direction, you know, it's going to end up going. Um, even though, you know, they're both going, they're both very positive at the same time. Whereas, you know, currencies like Euro, GBP, even though we're in the same zone, they work very well together. So just those two I've noticed don't really work well together, to be honest. Nothing else, everything else is amazing.
I don't tend to like GBP, NZD. I don't know why. I just think it might be the time I'm trading, but just don't like that pair together. Okay, daily and monthly goals.
Daily and monthly goals. So it goes back down to the compounding plan, 2 to 3% a day. And by the end of the month, you should be up by at least, you know, 30 to 40% in the whole month, including the losses you're taking, you know, in some of the days as well. You still should be up about 30 to 40% even after the losses have taken place. So that is the daily and monthly goals in terms of trading. How about yourself?
Same thing in terms of business. You should have 10 people interested in joining your business a day, 10 people giving you inquiries a day, 10 people that you've sent the video to, 10 people you've had a conversation with. And hopefully they say if you keep a sign up a day, it'll keep the bailiff away. So that is what they say. Okay, so 3 best currency pairs to trade in New York session.
3 best currency pairs. So it would be mainly the USD pairs and the CAD pairs. You know, it'd be like Euro USD, GBP USD, USD CAD, very good pair to trade, USD CHF, USD JPY, CAD JPY. You know, mainly all of the USD and CAD pairs really are the best to trade during, you know, the New York session.
Yeah, I would say also US 30 is great. It's actually getting better in New York session at the moment. We took a break from that. So yeah, that's quite good to take there. Okay, they're not questions. How to advance after the basic? How do you advance after getting through the initial month?
So yeah, I would say just start to apply your knowledge as quick as possible onto a demo account. You know, learn to use TradingView properly as well, get familiar with it. And it's mainly about application. You won't move forward until you know how to apply the knowledge that you've already learned. Like, you know, knowledge isn't power, applied knowledge is power. Yeah, you could sit around reading books all day, but if that was the case, you know, librarians would be the richest people in the world. Yeah, but they're not, because they haven't implemented anything they've learned.
Yeah, I agree. I thought so. Oh wow, Siri was listening and said I thought so. That's so weird. That's it for the questions today, guys. I hope you gained some value. I hope that you took lots of notes. I hope you understand the importance of showing up in the morning for our calls. We are going to be building each day different topics. We're going to let Phoebe decide the topics each day. So if you guys have any suggestions, go to our marketing queen, Phoebe, and she will set the topic each single day, however you want it. But that is the end of the session, guys. If you do have anything that you want to ask, make sure you put it in the Lion's Den. Make sure you are interactive, and we will take your question on board. But I'm good here. Ads, you good?
Yeah, all good. I just noticed there's a couple of questions in the chat as well. So somebody mentioned, do you wait for a market to hit your SL every time, or would you choose, or sorry, would you close it earlier when you know it's going in the opposite direction very fast? Most of the time, if my SL is in a decent place and I've set my risk to reward properly, I don't mind it going and hitting it, you know, because sometimes it can come like 2 pips close to the SL, yeah, and then reverse back towards TP. It's only if you're scared in that trade, then it's best to close it, but I don't really fear hitting in stop losses. And do you ever increase your SL? I would never ever do that. Yeah, if I've set my SL, I would only decrease it, not increase it. Yeah, if I've set my SL, I've obviously set it there for a reason. There's no need to end up increasing the SL. You know, there's no need. Yeah, you've set it for a reason. I'd only decrease it. So what are the New York trading times for the UK? It is 12 p.m. to 8 p.m.
And New York trading times in general, because you're in the US. I would look at from when you got, I think you're PST, right? So it's 9 a.m. EST to 5 p.m. EST. Okay, cool. We're good. Thank you so much, guys, for jumping on this session. Hope you gain value. Hope you understand what you need to do today. Make sure you are researching your pair, understanding what demo trades you're putting in, using all the products. And also, guys, don't just sit there not doing anything. This is a powerful day. Let's go and start August with a big bang and making sure that we have an amazing month ahead, okay? Thank you so much for jumping on, guys. We will see you tomorrow. First thing that I want you to do right now, guys, is go into the Lion's Den and write one thing that you have learned today. Write one thing in the Lion's Den that you have learned today, and we will be recording that. And the person that progresses the most this week will get all the one-on-ones they need. But thank you so much, guys. We're all good to go. Hopefully you have an amazing, blessed day. Stay happy and stay hungry, guys. Let's go.